A family of 3 plan to venture into the woods for some alone time from the world. They decide to leave their digital appliances in the house as they embark on their journey. The father is named Seth and the mother is named Maggie. The middle high schooler is also named Hakeem, a name given to him by his late grandfather. They get into their cabin, a place Hakeem's grandfather once lived. Hakeem, angry that he had to leave his phone and laptop to follow his family to the woods, decides not to help pack the belongings they brought. In the evenings, when the owls began to make sounds and the wolves decide to howl, the family eat dinner in the house. The electricity suddenly goes off and they light up candles in the cabin. They make a bonfire and sit around it to warm themselves. Hakeem brings out an old MP3 player when his father takes it away from him. He gets mad and goes into the cabin. He takes a sleeping pill and gulps it into his stomach. Seth hears rustles in the bushes. He goes to check when he suddenly screams. Maggie goes to help her husband as she sees his leg stuck in a hunter's trap. She tries to help but doesn't have the strength to do so. She screams for help when no one responds. Whilst this is ongoing, Hakeem has a good night's sleep as he cannot hear the screams of his mother. Seth passes out from the loss of blood as Maggie is seen crying. She tries to go to the cabin and call Hakeem for help when a stick lands on the back of her head. She falls down after faintly seeing bloodied black men in front of her. Hakeem wakes up after feeling immense pain on his leg. He wakes up and sees a kid with a sharp object in his hands with blood over it. He sees a wound on his leg as he tries to attack the kid. The kid jumps out the window, surprising Hakeem because the cabin is a 1-story building. He watches through the window as he sees the kid hanging on a tree branch. The kid safely hops on the other branches and lands on the ground. Hakeem focuses on bandaging himself to prevent loss of blood. He goes outside and sees that it's the middle of the night. He screams his parents' names as they do not respond. He sees that the kid left a trail of blood on the ground and he follows. He gets to the deep woods as he begins to feel tired and dizzy. He decides to rest by a tree and he closes his eyes. He begins to dream of when he was a kid. His mom comes to hug him with a warm touch. His mom's face suddenly changes to that of a snake as the hug becomes tighter. He feels his bones crushing as he opens his eyes. He sees a slender object wrapped around his body whilst his bones are creaking. It turns out to be a snake planning to devour Hakeem. This situation is a first for Hakeem, so he starts to wriggle his body to get the snake off him. The heavy snake also responds to the wriggling as it opens its mouth and extends its jaw, from up to down. We see blood dripping to the ground. A cup is held under the dripping blood and it is drank. A black man puts down the cup and he roars to get a response of his fellow people. They turn out to be a cannibal tribe that have lived in woods since the time of slavery. We see Seth and Maggie held in cage as if they were animals. 4 more people are also seen in a different cage and are in bad condition. A man is hanged upside down and is almost at the brink of death. Maggie begs for the cannibals to allow them leave as she is seen crying. Back to Hakeem, the snake is about to swallow him whole when, as we see the kid Hakeem was following, stab the snake in the eye when a young man cuts the head off with his hands. The young man comes to stand behind the kid as he uses sign language to greet Hakeem. Hakeem asks for his parents when the young man directs him using his fingers. Hakeem walks for a while as he collapses. He wakes up with his head on top of a wolf as he gets scared. The alpha wolf comes to Hakeem with a fierce look on his face. A wolf cub comes to defend Hakeem as the alpha stops. The wolf cub guides Hakeem to the place his parents are and leaves him. We see Seth's head being put on a rock. A cannibal raises his weapon in the sky. He is about to strike the neck of Seth when Hakim hits him to the ground. The cannibal moves towards Hakim when Seth holds Canibal's legs to stop him. The cannibal hits Seth's head with the weapon and he collapses. A bright light shines on Hakim's leg as the cannibals move back. They get agitated as they hear howls from a distance. The bushes starts making noise as the wolf cub comes. Outside, the cannibals make fun of the cub as the alpha, with its pack, jump out of the bushes. The wolves brutally destroy the cannibals, killing most of them. The king of the cannibals is left. The alpha walks and faces the cannibal king as we see his eyes change to red. The cannibal king swings his weapon as the alpha uses its teeth to catch the weapon. The alpha bites the cannibal's neck and tears the flesh away. The cannibal king lays on the ground as we see him and his subjects turns to ashes. We see Hakim and the rest of the people going out of the woods. The kid with his people come and stand behind a tree. The boy does a sign language, saying that Hakim should come back soon when he is ready. Hakim didn't understand why the boy said that but went anyway. A month later, Hakim is seen struggling on the floor at home. He raises his head as we see wolf fangs coming out of his mouth and he roars. The kid and the young man are seen on a mountain in the evening. The kid turns into the wolf as the young man turns into the alpha. They hear Hakim roar as they also do same. Like and subscribe to watch the next video.